Are you tired of writing the same code over and over? Not only is it frustrating, but it also clutters your program, increases errors, and makes updates a nightmare. What if you could replace all that repetition with a single powerful shortcut? That's exactly what macros do. They transform repetitive code into clean, reusable instructions, making your programs faster, smarter, and easier to manage. But here's the catch: macros are incredibly powerful, and if misused, they can become a hidden trap. Get ready to unlock the three game changing types of macros in C. Number one, object like macros, the supercharged constants. Explanation. Number one, object like macros are constant replacements in C. They don't take arguments, just replace a name with a value before compilation. Number three, used to define fixed values, making code easier to maintain. An example, P 3.14159. Why is this useful? Instead of writing 3.14159 everywhere, you define P once and change it whenever needed. Number two, function like macros. Functions without the overhead. Explanation. Number one, these macros take arguments, acting like inline functions. Number two, no function call overhead, making execution faster. Number three, useful for a small, repetitive task. Benefit: no function call, just direct replacement. Number three, conditional macros. Explanation. Number one, conditional macros allow compiling different code for different situations. Number two, used for debugging platform specific code and configuration. Why is this important? Toggle debugging on or off without modifying your main code. Avoid unnecessary log message in production. Now it's your turn. Let's code macros in Eclipse. Understanding macros is one thing, but writing them ourselves is where the real magic happens. Now that you've seen how macros can simplify your code, it's time to put the knowledge into action. Fire up Eclipse and let's start coding. We'll tackle three hands-on exercises, each designed to help you master macros step by step. By the end, you'll be writing efficient, reusable, and powerful macros like a pro. Exercise 1, object like macros. Exercise 2, function like macros. Exercise 3, conditional macros. Professional programs always document their code to enhance readability, maintainability, and debugging. Similarly, when working with macros, adding clear comments helps distinguish this section and improve code organization. Macros are typically defined outside the main function and act as a preprocessor directives. The hashtag defined directive is used to declare macros, with the macro name written in uppercase as a common convention among programmers. The macro name is followed by value it represents. For example, defining the mathematical constant pi as a macro. Hashtag define pi 3.14. Macros significantly improve code readability and maintainability. Instead of scattering numeric values, throughout the code. A single macro definition ensures consistency. If we ever need to modify 3.14, we only need to update the macro definition, eliminating the need for multiple replacement across the entire program. We can define a function like macro called CLR, which utilizes the pi macro as a constant. This macro calculates the area of a circle for a given radius r. Unlike traditional functions, macros eliminate function call overhead, making them efficient for small repetitive tasks. For instance, by passing 10 as a radius, the macro instantly computes the circle's area. Macros also allow us to control code execution at compile time using conditional directive. If debug is defined, the hashtag ifdef flag executes. If debug is not defined, the hashtag else flag executes instead. The hashtag endIf directive marks the end of conditional block. A common approach to understanding program execution is using debugging statements with printf. During the first execution, since debug is not defined, the printf inside the hashtag else executes. After defining the debug, the next execution runs the hashtag ifdef block instead. This ensures that only one section of code executes at a time, making debugging efficient and controlled, a widely used technique in microcontroller development. Beyond built-in C libraries, we can create custom header files to improve modularity. We define a file name myheader.h in our project to group related macros and functions, making our code base cleaner and more reusable. To avoid multiple inclusions of the same header file, we use the hashtag ifndef directive. If the header file has not been included, it is defined and added to the program. This ensures that the file is included only once, preventing redefinitions error. Using printf, we can confirm whether the header file has been successfully included. In the first run, before including my header.h, the program prints header is not created. After including my header.h using hashtag include, the output changed to header is created, confirming that the header file is properly linked. In upcoming lessons, we will dive deeper into the advanced functions, modular programming, and optimized header file management, ensuring you gain pro-level expertise in C programming. Thanks for your watch.